Alrighty, boys. Welcome. It is Friday, October 24th, 2025. I'm going to be going over quite literally every single possible ride setup you could have had this week. I'm going to be doing this. I mean, the normal schedule for Friday calls was chart review. And again, I'd love to do chart review, but a lot of times on like the week, like all the trades that I have taken are reviewed. I'll either do it during education session or something, and I want you guys to get the most out of this time that you possibly can. So, I think during chart review, I'm just gonna go over everything that could have happened this week, rather than what I actually took myself. Because there are days where I won't trade, not because it's bad, but just because I don't feel like it, and I don't want you guys missing out on some sauce just solely because of that. This is recorded, yes. Um, so with that being said, let's get right into it. Oh, I already know ES is. Oh, wait, ES is actually lined up. Kind of a miracle. Okay. How do I make it so bar replay applies for both of these? Strange. Anyways, let's go on to the 5 here. All right, I believe this was an RSMT SMT iFVG play. This was the one Storm was talking about on the call the other day, where he had his limit on the EQ of this red zone. What did it just do? What did it just do? I don't know what it just did, but it just did something. I don't know what that was. Anyways, he had his limit order right on the EQ of this red zone here. It ended up ticking right to the top of the red zone and just going. Okay, that's a good question. Whoever just asked that. You're complete AJM. Oh, what's up? We got Adrian hopping in here too. Dude, love seeing alumni up here. How we doing, Adrian?
Yo, look good, my boy.
How we
Ain't
doing?
gonna
How we
lie.
doing?
But you know what's crazy?
What?
Is I back tested like 6 months of like the past recent 6 months with Rise. I had a 72% win rate.
What the fuck? You just do it on Trading View?
Six, bro, shit. Yeah. But I know I'm in trade full or what's it? No, trade is trade full the one where you can back test or is
Yeah,
that
Tradeful's the one you can backtest, but it's
the other
not
shit?
out yet with Rise.
Yeah.
Did you
No,
wait?
but I back tested with Rise
So wait, hold up. Did
on the
you
not with the invite only one.
not with the either way? It's still the same thing, anyways.
Yeah.
But with that, were you just taking bolt? Like, what was your model for that? Was it just like RSMT, SMT?
Okay, so I kind of combined my model into it
Hell
a
yeah.
little bit. So I'll wait for like higher time frame imbalances or PD erase to get mitigated, and then usually that'll be like my bottom tick. You know what I mean? I'll enter off of a lower time frame like iFVG or something. Are you playing 2K, bro? This guy. But I'll wait for like a lower time frame iFVG, and then that's usually like what my entry is. But the thing is with rise levels, bruh, like I don't know how to explain it. It's so much more accurate. It's like if I was to get an IFVG at one of my levels, I feel like the rise levels have a higher chance of getting tapped into.
Exactly.
You know,
You're kind of breaking up. Shit.
I feel like you should learn like standard deviation as well if you want to learn rise levels.
Hell yeah. I mean, I haven't
But
learned
like I
standard
said, I'm not
deviation
I'm
yet,
not
so
updated. Hell yeah. I'm not too updated with like all the models and like mech models and shit. Cause I DM'd casual earlier today and I asked him for the new indicator with the invite only one and he sent it to me and I asked him as like, is there anything I should know? He said, and besides VWAP, there's not much of a difference between the two. It was mainly for Rise Mech, which is kind of a dead model at this
yeah,
point. And I said, what
exactly.
do you mean? But he didn't
Exactly.
respond though. So
All right.
what update me? Cause I ain't been like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I haven't been tapped in with Rise in a minute.
So
But
pretty much, I'm about to go over all the SMT, RSMT, IFEG trades of this week, as well as the
hell yeah.
bullets that did present themselves. I don't think we had a bullet get tapped into this week though. not valid at least, or that played.
Yeah.
So, all things considered, I'm not sticking to RSMT SMT iFVG, but if there's no bullet, I'm going to trade that if the conditions are there, if that makes sense. Yeah, there was an Asian bullet, which I will show, but that was about it. And that was a really good bullet. That looked like a really good bullet. But without further ado, coming at the market open here, let me go on the hourly, or on the 1 minute. Might have to advance this a little bit just so they're on like the same time. Okay, well, that's way past market open. Wait, is it? No, it isn't. Is it? Wait. Okay, there was the SMT. I'm so sorry. I just got a little bit confused for a second. I was like, wait, where's the SMT? Because I saw that right there. Let me draw this out for you guys just so it's nice and crystal clear for you to see. This big, fat SMT. So, as you can see, we failed to take that high on NQ here. And at the same time, pre-market, we sweep it out. And that's the difference. You can literally see it. Down, up. We took the high on ES. We did not take the high on NQ. Our objective was taken. Therefore, again, because the SMT happened on ES, we took the high on ES. ES, if we know anything about SMTs, I don't know how much you guys know about SMTs, but what I know is ES is usually the narrative maker. Everything will usually follow. So, again, we have a SMT where ES takes the high and not NQ. We're probably going to keep going up. If we have an SMT where ES takes the low and NQ doesn't, we'll probably keep going down, and vice versa. Of course, it's all dependent on conditions, but in this specific case, it's pretty clear. Not to mention, I'm on the 1 minute. I don't want to leave the 1 minute to like screw myself over potentially. But not to mention, as well, we have our previous day high, DOL. Well, not previous day, but like high from 2 weeks or 4 days before. So all things considered, if we want to, I mean, if we really want to get deep into it and we want to go into London sponsorship, if we really want to get deep into that, run 4, we tapped in this hourly. Of course, it did get inverse, but coming at the market open, clear buy-side targets as well as the SMT. Not to mention, I bet there was also probably a 4 hour. No 4 hours. Surprising. Huh. Strange. But we also did have 30-minute sponsorship of, fuck's it called? Asian session. Anyways, with this being considered, at this point, okay, I'm looking for a long entry to my DOL at this high here. I've been looking for this to get taken like the entire fucking week. Pretty much the entire time we weren't there. And again, I don't even know if this ended up fully hitting full TP. Again, I don't think I even traded Monday. So, yeah, I was traveling. So, I didn't, again, excuse me if I sound very confused. I literally didn't even trade this day. So, are we considering, but so bias in itself isn't 100% necessary, or I guess you could say, like, needed for RSMT SMT, because I did with iFVG, because all things considered, you're taking it off a majority of your position at like the swing low, which I'll show you guys the trades that I took, I believe Tuesday and Wednesday. Those are very good examples, because again, you just take it off at the unfilled, unmitigated gap or the swing low, and boom, you get like a solid 3 to 5 hour out pretty damn consistently with like an 8-point stop loss. I just throw my stop to the high or low, depending on if I'm longing or shorting, and from there it just becomes a lot easier to manage, I guess you could say, because you get the reaction off rip. You're up 20 points, you can just start trailing immediately. That's why I like it a lot, compared to just having to like endlessly wait for the bullet. And again, I have said, oh, bullet's all you need, all this, all that, and again, bullet really is all you need, but I understand there is a pervasive need for another model with Rise that you guys are trading, because I know a lot of you guys cannot stick to only just trading the bullet, and you don't have the patience to only trade the bullet. So I'm doing this because I think I can help you guys when it comes down to it. I'm giving you guys another option that will make your trade valid, or another thing to look for a valid trade setup that isn't the Rise bullet, so you don't just have to sit on your hands for an entire week at some point. So, again, that makes sense, boys? Yeah, this is recorded. Exactly. You got to adjust and adapt. And I'm glad I could say that because again, you created the strategy. I don't know everything about Rise. I fucking literally pioneered this shit, bro. Like I don't know why it works. I don't know everything about it. I just know it works, and these are the ways that it works, and I'm teaching those to you guys, and that's simply it. Um, but anyways, without further ado, let me go back on the 1 minute chart here. So we can see into this, like coming into open. Turn on my zones. So as you guys can see here, coming into open, we have a red zone here. Don't have shit here in ES. Again, this is all it's messed up with the replay for ES, but bear with me here. While we're coming down and taking this low on ES, we're coming down and testing into this red zone. So all things considered, with this in mind, I'm just long the EQ of the zone. And again, I'm going to show you guys how this played if you did long the EQ of the zone. But again, technically, you can get your top. Like I will enter light or like super light size on the zone in this type of scenario. But typically, what I will do is after the inverse, then I scale in. But if I'm not 100% sure about it, I just wait for the inverse to form and then just do like a half size position. So it makes it a lot easier, a lot less stressful. And then we will just go up here. Again, I don't even know if we ended up running out this draw. I don't think we did, but again, you still got a fuck ton of points out of it. And I'm sorry, not this draw up here. How did I fuck that up that bad? I said this previous day high from the week before the RTOL in this case. So all things considered, we're coming into market open. We have the SMT, we have the RSMT now, right off of open. Again, that's key here. RSMT, SMT, iFVG. This works very, very, very well at New York Open. You guys will see me catch crazy ass trades off open. This is what I used to do that. You'll see it just snap right into a zone, reject off the zone, and then make its move. Again, you go and backtest every market open, you will see it happen. You will see it happen. Do you need to look to see the SMT, whichever one takes the high or low first? What do you mean by that? I just need there to be an SMT. So, in this case, again, you're going to see this play out. I would have limit ordered the EQ of this zone. In fact, Storm actually did. And let me adjust my...
Don't burn me again. Don't get my feelings hurt again on this Monday.
Would have been a solid 6RR with you taking partials off here at this pre-market high. Let me just draw another line there. Ooh. Here we go. That's London highs right there. Alright, bang. So game plan coming into the day. Take partials at London highs. That's when we technically run the SMT. After that, then we trail to make sure that we don't get butt fucked by the fact that there's an SMT. Then, once we know we're good, you go break even. And then that's pretty much it. Stop. We'll just do 12.5 points standardized just for the sake of the argument, I guess. There we go. And you'll see. Motherfucker. 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 It ran it. It ran that hoe. But as you can see, it didn't tap me in on my limit. So again, valid setup. Entry did not get tapped. But again, it's still a good trade nonetheless. And again, you technically can enter off the inverse again, but the RR, this is one of those times where it's not beneficial to enter off the inverse whatsoever. Because, dude, what the fuck? You enter off the inverse, assuming you take it off like the 1 minute inversion here, you are entering literally 7 points from your full TP. Hell no. Hell no, that's not happening. Baba Ganoush, look up videos on SMT. That'll help you understand a lot better. But, all things considered, we just get a trade like that, and then boom, that's your day done. Within how many minutes of market open? Within 2 or 3 minutes of market open. And assuming I took this, again, because it's pre-market, I'd probably take this on 5 micros. Well, I can't do it for micros, but say... Here, let's just redo this. Place that fake limit order right there. Bang, bang. Oh, I messed it up again. I put it on the EQ again. Oopsie. There you go. I think that's where it is. Yeah, okay. And I'm not advocating for you guys to enter on the top of the zone by any means, but it's just that this is how much you would have made. About like 1,200 on 1 mini. Literally like that. Like that. In the fucking blink of an eye, you make $1,400. That's ridiculous. Or 1,300. But, again, that's just the power of this shit. It's ridiculous. I haven't seen anything like a rise. Never, ever, ever before in my entire life. It's cool. Actually so nutty. Alright, let's go on to Tuesday. Yes, this is being recorded. Let's go to Tuesday. Here, how do I exit this? Tuesday. Alright, coming into open here. Same sort of thing. Again, off open, we want to see an SMT and an RSMT, and then an iFVG to confirm our actual entry. Now, can't remember if I did take anything on this, but let's just.
I did take the ES bullet on here.
There was
Or not,
ES
sorry, not the
bullet?
bullet, the RSMT SMT, because if you go on further from here, and this is also a good example that a lot of people were asking what I look for. Right now, what you can see in this setup is that you see the yellow zone basically just above the opening line from there, yeah, on ES. And if you just scroll down a little bit later on the bar replay, you will see that ES is sticking the yellow bar and is also making the SMT plus RSMT from there. So that's the reason why I took the ES bullet from the yellow zone. Or the ES SMT RSMT. My bad, I got the bullet in my head.
What time was it at? I just want to find a specific time. Was this right off open?
Let me just.
Was it right into the
I
blue
think it
zone
was
here?
like. Let me just double check. Give me 1 sec. I've got my charts here. I had it yesterday in the overview from the
Yeah, I was gonna say, 'cause there's
show
no
that we
SMT here,
recorded.
unless it's bearish.
Let's see. Tuesday. Yes. It was in pre-market. I see now
Pre-market. Hey,
that
listen,
I
yo,
took it.
took it in pre-market. Where was this?
It was from. I think it was the blue zone even. I think it was the retest into the blue zone.
Like right off open?
Yeah, 1 sec. I'm trying to get my
Yeah, I
charger
was
because
gonna
I didn't
say,
have my
'cause that
charger
looks
open.
like it. I mean, again, I don't remember how we played out this day specifically, but
This Wednesday.
without those
Check.
ones, I think we played up into the yellow zone actually. Now that I think of it.
Yeah, so I can show you real quick on what I did.
Oh, okay. Now I see
So
where
it
we're going.
was 15:25, so it's 5 minutes before open. Like just in pre-mark, like 5 minutes, like 7 minutes before
Right
open. ES wicked into the yellow zone at 778, and then after the inverse,
Wait,
my
what?
entry came to 777 on ES.
It didn't work in the yellow zone. Wait, hold up. What? Is it because my zone's
It wicked on mine.
My zone's not in replay mode or something? Are they messed up? Hold up. That might be why.
Had a 6-1 RR on it.
Maybe it was on MES. Are you on MES or?
No, I'm on ES. I'm normal like just ES
Because it
1 and
didn't
an
it didn't have
exclamation
yellow at
mark
all.
and then Q. I can show you. I can share my
Yeah,
screen
show
if
me,
you
show
want.
me. Yeah, let's show.
You gotta just stop sharing because I can't share my screen then. Here, this little wick. From here, this was the last high,
Your timing might be off
and
though. Hold up.
then
Let me bring
this
this
is
over here.
1522. So 1522 is 8 minutes before opening, where it wicked into the yellow zone, where it made the SMT plus RSMT, and then from there basically just got into the CE from here, and then after the inverse, my entry came to 6777.
Oh, I think that
Got out at the.
again, you're looking at my screen. That didn't even happen on my shit. What the fuck? Why is there a difference?
What? To be honest, I really don't know. I have
Okay,
no clue. This
wait.
is what I was looking at,
I'm
and
thinking.
what
Let me.
this
Let
is
me. Let me.
basically. Sec, where's the
No, there's no way.
here?
Hold up.
Just
No,
NQ.
it has to be. It had to be some. Okay, that's where it was. It's because. Okay, you literally just had the timing wrong. You had the timing wrong. Now this makes sense. Okay, this is the
Me?
trade I take. I was so confused because you're saying that it was a pre-market trade. It wasn't
Okay, wait.
pre-market. It was after open. It was at like 10:20. Oh, you got the hour mixed up. You thought it was 7 minutes before open, but it
No,
was
it was
7 minutes
so.
before 10:30.
Yeah, no. It was 7 minutes before like real opening. So in the pre-market, but 7 minutes before like I don't know. You know, I know how my times work with like opening as Europe time. Wait, let me just check that
Yeah, you
real
might have it a
quick.
bit misconstrued because
So
you're in Europe.
15. I'm tweaking right now.
Here, let me share this with you guys.
15:20.
Here, now you guys can see. That is literally the exact. Exactly. Okay. Let's mark out this SMT, and then we can break it down. Because half of that was just realizing, oh shit, okay, time was wrong. Time was wrong. But SMT, as you can see, SMT.
Oh yeah, I see now. 15:20 is 9:20 in Florida. My bad.
I'm not in Florida. I'm in Pennsylvania. I was in Florida though. Anyways,
Wait.
That boy need to push back up.
but long story short, as you can see here, we have our SMT. So let me just break this down, just so like we're like right here, so you guys can see it like going into the trade. What the hell is happening? So I'm looking at this here. Okay, what's gonna happen? Obviously, we haven't formed an SMT yet. I'm looking at this blue zone tapping into the red zone at the same time. Okay, that's an RSMT, but there's no SMT. We got a red zone tap. We got a blue zone tap. Blue zone that we're tapping into on ES is up here on NQ. Blue zone that red zone we rejected off of on ES, we're currently testing into on NQ. So again, it's an RSMT, but there's no SMT. So we need the SMT. Now, in order for this to be valid, what I want to see happen is here. I want to see. We'll just put it as this pre-market high because that's easier. I want to see this pre-market high get swept out by either NQ or ES. That's going to give me my SMT. If they both sweep it out, then there's no SMT. We're probably going to end up going long for the day if that's the case, honestly. We probably would play up to here in that case. But that's not what happened. ES took out the high and NQ did not. So let me roll that through. As that's happening, as you can see here, we're testing and rejecting in the red zone. And literally as this happens here, as you can see, a minute before I got my entry, we take out the high and then we RSMT with the yellow zone here. Is this making sense, guys, to you? Is this making sense? I know it's very abstract. Is this making sense, though? Chat. Hello, chat. Is this making sense?
There was another confluence that you could have checked on opening as well, because there was also like I think a really small bullet playing out on ES. I think ES was also sitting at a 15-minute untapped, or
Well, it's
maybe
not,
migrated. No, above it.
If it's
On the yellow zone.
Well, up here.
Yeah, so if you go back
Let me put on
from the,
hourly
yeah,
real quick.
basically like I think it was like the 15-minute on the ES that was like
That's not a bullet though.
hovering with the yellow zone.
Then not a bullet though. That's just an imbalance of the zone. The bullet, you need the stacked overlapped imbalances for the bullet. So, it
Yeah,
wasn't a
I no, no,
bullet,
I
but
didn't say it was like the full bullet.
oh
It
yeah,
was
yeah,
just like one imbalance that was just sitting in there.
yeah, exactly. Again, it's just if anything additional confluence, but don't take that as like an actual bullet bubble. Yeah, and Kita, yeah, that's why we have SMTs when they diverge from each other because they do technically track each other. That's where we can make a trade. So again, off the divergence. We also have the 15-minute gap here on NQ as well. It's pretty cool. But looking back into the trade, as I was saying, we're here on the 2-minute, and as you can see, as soon as we take out this high and tap into the yellow zone, I'm in this bitch. I am in this bitch. So I take it super light size to start, like 3 micros, and then I pull my stop to the high that we made. That's typically what I do. I'll either do that or 12.5 points, whichever is better risk, personally speaking. Then, as I said previously, we're taking it down to the swing low. Or, if ES were to take the swing low in this case, then I'd also take it off, because, again, that's just an SMT to the other direction. So, hold up. Just got a text. Anyways, as soon as we have this off of this candle close, as you can see, I entered a minute later. I just want to make sure that this candle doesn't rifle through the yellow zone. So I'm going to wait for it to close and then enter. And as you can see, it closed. I took my entry. Bang. Then from there, you go on the 30-second chart. As you can see here, we have a 30-second inversion. 30-second inverse fair value gap. So, as you guys know, the model itself is SMT, RSMT, iFVG. So, off of the iFVG, that's when I scale into my full position sizing. And that's pretty much what allows me to have large ass wins while having small losers at the same time. So, we go on the 1 minute. And as you can see, we just casually have our stop loss at these lows. Oh, right there. Then we're back on the 1 minute, and we'll just let this play out. Bang, bang, bang. Why is the replay taking this long with a 1 minute candle? Oh, it's a 1 second update interval? That's fucking sick. Oh, they made the backtesting better. That's pretty cool. It's like actual tick values for replay now. Yeah, 4 hour and 1 hour. And then boom, very simple flush to TP here. I would normally just take partials at that red zone, but I had a lot of conviction. And we were just literally 10 points off from full TP. So, bang, just like that.
Yo, so I think low key, remember when I had that crazy month this year and I was like effortlessly trying?
When you made like 70
So
racks?
Yeah, I did 48K that month,
That
and
was
then I maxed out my payouts 25K that month, and then I had like multiple 5-figure months after that, and I had like another 25K month in like June or July. But throughout that entire time, like, dude, I literally just hop on the charts and make money. It was just every day, bang, bang. Like, I didn't lose for like 2 months straight, and I traded every single day. Like, you know how crazy that shit is?
That's ridiculous.
And I have a what's it called? I have it pulled up. If you would let me share my screen,
Yeah, let me see that.
I'll show you like literally all I was doing. Cause I was back testing on October 15th, and that was you know, cause I'm trying to familiarize myself with Rise a little bit
There we
more
go.
again.
Share. You're good to share.
Right. Can you see a little bit?
Yes, Yes, sir. Also, by the way, guys,
So
My Funded Future just dropped a flash plan for 6 hours. Use code Bonka, 20% off the pro accounts. Anyways, sorry to interrupt. Continue.
yeah. So usually what I did is I just waited for like 9:30 to 10 a.m. and then that would be like my trading time. Like I know usually you're supposed to trade after 10, but
Not
at,
always.
at this time I was trading 9:30 to 10, and I know that some people do trade 9:30 to 10. They still print, you know what I mean? And that's what I was doing, bruh. And all I was doing was just entering off of any like lower time frame inverses. So you see how it tapped into this yellow zone here, and we made an inverse right here.
Yeah.
Or was it inverse right here? Did it close? Yeah, inverse right here. And I would just enter and literally just bang. That's it. And I would sometimes enter off of a 5 minute inverse or anything lower than that. But usually what I did is let's say, let me close this. Let's say it's 9 a.m., right? 7 p.m. Hold on. All right, so literally I would just look for like 15-minute or 5 minute levels to get tapped into. And I wouldn't trade unless I seen them get tapped into, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I would enter off of the lower time frame iFVG. So like if I was to tap into this red zone right
That's not
here,
accurate.
you
I
know,
don't think so, because you're in
this red
replay.
zone, yeah, I'm where am I? 15th, 16th? Well, yeah, 10 days ago. But basically, I would just wait for zones to get tapped into. And you know what's crazy is just recently I just changed my settings to New York, London, and Tokyo. Like I still had all my shit on, bro.
Fuck.
I
How
know that's how
funny.
long it's been since I've used Rise, bro. But it's low key like the back testing win rate that I've had is insane, bro.
Fuck yeah.
Like 72% in 6 months.
That's
Like
wild work.
I'm finna hop back on this shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. That's crazy. But yeah, they're just wait for a 5 minute or 15 minute level to get tapped into, enter off a 5 minute or below inverse, and then that's all I was doing. And I was just max allocating back to back to back, bro. It was crazy. I'm finna hop back on this, bro. I ain't
You
gonna lie.
got to. Got
Definitely.
to. Alright, I'm gonna do
Definitely.
Wednesday now, boys. Sound good? Alright.
Would I have a bias? Sometimes during that time, I wouldn't even have a bias. I would basically just enter off of a zone tap and inverse. So just bang. I'm not saying you shouldn't learn the model though. Definitely learn the model that comes with it. But that's what I was doing. Yeah.
Alright. This is where I top ticked the other day. Let me screen share. And this is the last thing of this call, because didn't trade yesterday and didn't trade today. Yeah, what did you stop? Oh, fair enough.
Oh, I had,
Obviously did not get played through correctly. Very bearish day altogether. So, obviously, I got shorts down to the bullet here. I ended up taking profit at the red zone, and yeah, long story short, took profit at the red zone and entered a bullet on the red zone, and then got immediately stopped out, and then that was my day. So we'll just go through that. Let me get rid of this. Why is my stop loss so tight? Because I don't like risking a lot to make a lot. Duh. Alright, this was my actual entry here. As you guys can see, it's the exact same sort of thing. We have pre-market highs resting here. Let me just mark these out for you guys. Pre-market highs just sitting there. NQ comes up, takes out those pre-market highs, as you can see here. That creates an SMT with ES and NQ. But because ES didn't take the high, I know, okay, we're probably going lower. So, I'm entering shorts. Put the shorts right here got filled, I believe, like, I mean, I got this all on video too, so you can't even call bullshit, but pretty sure I got it at like 280-ish, maybe like 279 roughly. Threw my stop to the high for 10 points, and then held down to the red zone. Simple as that. Entered in light at first, so I didn't get myself booty screwed. And then...
Oh,
what? What?
That made me say the most random shit, bro.
Hold up. Oh my gosh, did I just lose my track? Oh, I lost track. Here we go. Bang. Okay. Again, I got my partials off right here. So, wait. I got multiple partials on this trade. Took partials off, like, right here, just to be safe. Just because I didn't, like, love how shit was forming. It was pretty choppy on the way down. And then I got another 2 micros out there. So, 2 micros, and then my final 1 micro at my full TP right there. Pretty nice trade. 16.68 RR. Pretty fucking nice. Nothing bad to say about that. And yeah, that was literally just my week. So yeah. Any other questions? Enter in light first. By that I mean just like half size. I enter in heavy after we get the inversion. So after we get the inversion here, that's what I was trying to show you guys, but we got screwed up. Oh, I just continued my old replay. Okay, I love doing that. I love continuing my old replay mode by accident. Yippee! Alright, bring it back, bring it back. Replay, start new. There we go. Let's go, Felipe. So when I say I enter in light first, off the zone tap and the RSMT and the SMT, I'm getting in like half of my normal size. We go down to the 30-second here. I'm scaling into full size off of a 30-second or 1 minute inversion fair value gap, which we get here, which is where that's where I added to my position, and then trailed to like right there after I added. So yeah, any other questions, boys, before I hop off? Yeah, after you inverse the FVG. You gotta look up what iFVGs are, brother. I'm not here to teach what iFVGs are. That's kind of base knowledge that you should already know. But again, just look up what an iFVG is, and then that'll teach you. But again, you have the right idea, Sohan. But again, I just don't have any videos on iFVGs. I'm not gonna make a video on iFVGs because that's not my model. That's dodgy shit. I'm not gonna make a video just ripping Dodgy's entire model. That's kind of stupid. So, yeah, I teach you how to implement iFVGs into the model I use, but I'm not gonna teach you like the exact intricacies of what an iFVG is. You know, like
have to do that. Because
again,
shit, bro.
coming into the server, I'd probably say like a good 70% of the people that come in here already know what that is when they come in. And again, it's not like a bad thing. It's just a gap of knowledge. But again, it just happens. Anyone have a good vid link?
I have to teach my students that shit, bro.
Yeah. Alright, boys. Without further ado, then, I'm gonna hop off here. Have a great, beautiful day. And I will see you guys on Sunday for a weekly outlook. Peace.